In the world, there are at least 7.8 billion people. Each and every one of them has a different body. Our ancestors thought that the fatter a woman was, the more attractive it was because it meant she had more resources available to her. In the last decades, however, that idea has changed a bit. A woman was considered more pretty for being, thin. The good thing is, now there are some movements that are motivating people to love themselves and their bodies, no matter what shape or size. In reality, both thin and fat people go through a lot of weird and awkward situations every day. Let's see a few of them. This is the story of Joanna, who's thin, and Ally, who's kind of fat. Two sisters with very different bodies. They are just like a pair of socks. It's hard to see one without the other, unless one gets lost in the laundry. Okay, yeah, maybe that's not the best analogy, but the point is they are always together. At school, people don't care if you're thin or fat to bully you. You could look like Brad Pitt or Scarlett Johansson, and they'll still find a way to make fun of you. One of the worst experiences for our two sisters was when they tried to get in an elevator with two other people, and they said it was full, even though clearly there was plenty more space. Ally felt really bad about it, and Joanna tried to cheer her up, saying that it was nice to not have to share the elevator. A few hours later, it started to rain. Joanna took out her umbrella, and as soon as she stood outside, some random guys at school started yelling at her to be careful because the wind could catch her and make her fly away like Mary Poppins. She didn't feel that great about it. Plus, it's kind of an outdated reference, as the Emily Blunt sequel didn't really do it for most of us. Anyways, Ally noticed that and told her sister to not pay attention to those stupid comments. And then they both started laughing about the ridiculous idea of flying with an umbrella, until a really strong wind actually did catch them and picked Joanna up off the ground for a few seconds. Suddenly, the idea wasn't quite so funny. Anyways, at home, nobody suspects that the skinny one's gonna eat more than just a little bit off their plate. One day, their brother Eddie brought a piece of cake and left it in the fridge to eat later. Joanna saw it, and it was her favorite, and she ate it without hesitation. When her brother found out that somebody ate his cake, he got really mad and yelled at Ally. He didn't believe that it wasn't her. So Joanna bought more cake to stop the fight. Don't be like Ed. There are a lot of skinny girls who always eat as if they were on a buffet. On the other hand, people always offer more food to Ally and almost none to Joanna. Ally eats until she's full, and Joanna, well, sometimes she's still hungry after a meal. If you can call one slice of bread with "I can't believe it's not butter" a meal, and everybody knows that's not butter, it's plastic. But anyways, shopping could be a nightmare for girls too. If you are thin like Joanna, even the smaller sizes don't really fit you, and you might have better luck with clothes in the children's section. Or if you've got a few extra pounds, or kilos depending on your metric system, you probably have to buy plus size clothes, which is not only extra large, but also extra expensive. Being in the subway during rush hour is a terrible situation when you're fat. You have to stay close to the door as possible to get out, because otherwise you might not make it before the doors close again. And in Joanna's case, well, let's say being extra thin in that situation could be extra awful too. Joanna fights to stay on her feet every single trip. Every time someone near her moves or the subway stops, she feels like she's gonna fall or fly away and people would run all over her. Of course, we are civilized and that wouldn't happen, right? It's nice to dream. Oh, and let's talk about seatbelts, those stupidly uncomfortable yet necessary safety accessories. Both hate them with a passion every time they have to wear them on road trips. It only takes a few minutes for Ally to feel suffocated, like she was having to do an ab routine. Chloe Ting who? And in Joanna's case, she feels like she's not even wearing one, which might sound nice until the car stops and she basically crashes into the front seat. But without a doubt, the worst part is that it doesn't matter if you're thin or fat. All people bother you with their advice to improve your body, even when you don't ask for it, or you don't have a problem with your body size. They tell girls like Joanna to eat more to be healthy, and then suggest dozens of weight loss diets to Ally. Like paleo, huh? Well, guess what? Hominis had plenty of diseases and died by 25. Look, the truth is, Joanna and Ally are doing just fine, folks. They love themselves and each other. It's everybody else who needs to mind their own business and keep their prejudices to themselves.